Hi, viewers. Welcome back to The Huddle. Today I'm with FanDuel SVP of Public Policy and Sustainability, Cory Fox. How are you today, Cory?
Great. Excited to be back in Las Vegas for another G2E.
Absolutely. We're kicking off the conference today. So I was hoping you could kind of take me over the recent initiatives in responsible gaming FanDuel has put forth.
Yeah, happy to. So last year has been a really exciting one for FanDuel. We've seen increased use in our My Spend tool, which is a great dashboard for users to examine their play on the site. And we've also rolled out real-time check-in, which takes users' deposit data, uses machine learning, and creates a projection for every user for every day. And when a user tries to deposit more than we expect, it checks in with them to make sure that they're comfortable with the amount they're depositing and suggests setting a deposit limit.
Fantastic. And having brought on Keith White as a strategic advisor in September, how does his experience kind of integrate with the FanDuel team?
Yeah, so Keith has been in the responsible gaming space for over 25 years, has incredible relationships and incredible insight about how responsible gaming works. We're really excited to have him. I've known Keith personally for 10 years and have worked with him on a number of issues. So having him on board, being able to run things by him is really incredibly valuable for the company.
Yeah, he's been an incredible contributor to Gaming America as well. So we definitely understand his experience and how he could improve responsible gaming for the operator. And kind of what problem gambling trends are of most concern to FanDuel right now? And what steps are you taking to counteract them?
I think we're in a moment where two things are something that we should really take a look at. One is, I think FanDuel is really leading the way on responsible gaming. We've got a number of great new tools. We need to tell the story so people feel comfortable with our industry and our products specifically. The second is, it's a big industry with lots of operators. We need to bring them all up to a minimum level of standard. I think through the Responsible Online Gaming Association, we're doing some really great work in that respect. We are excited to announce the clearinghouse that should be going live hopefully in the next 6 months. And we're also working on a certification program. So I think those will really create a great baseline for all of the operators in the US.
That's great to hear. And I'm glad you kind of touched on how many operators are in the space right now, because being at G2E, where a lot of those operators are in the same room, how can the conference kind of forge new collaborations to better RG practices?
Yeah, I think you're seeing it in some of the panels. I was lucky enough to speak on a panel yesterday about RG partnerships and marketing. And we spoke about how we try to reach consumers to understand responsible gaming and the difference between responsible gaming and problem gambling. And so I think some of these panels are really useful. There are some great best practices being shared. And I think it's great for the operators to meet together to discuss responsible gaming here as well.
Yeah, and I guess I should ask, what is your kind of the difference in your mind between responsible gaming and problem gambling, and how can that be established better in the industry?
Yeah, sure. So when some people think about this issue, they think about the small percentage of users who are experiencing harm, who need help, who need to call a helpline, that sort of thing. But really, responsible gaming is for everybody so that they have the tools and resources in place in case they do run into a problem at some point. So when I think about the disclaimers that are on at the end of every one of our ads, that's about problem gambling, right? That's about the small percentage of people who are experiencing harm. They should call one of those numbers and get the tools they need. But for the vast majority of our users who are not currently experiencing harm, they too should take a look at the resources, put in place a tool, look at their My Spend, so that if they have a bad day or week or month or things change in their life, they're ready and they've got tools in place. Just as when you get in the car, you're not expected to get in a car accident, but you put on your seatbelt. Here too, you should put a tool in place just in case.
Absolutely, that's a great example. And kind of to wrap up, how do you see the RG space expanding as new gaming types kind of make their presence known in the industry as well?
Yeah, sure. So I think, regardless of the gaming type, whatever people are doing, it's important to have these protections in place. It doesn't matter whether you call it gambling or not. If it's something where people might overspend, if it's something where people might get addicted, you have limits in place, you have tools in place, you get the resources to the right people.
Of course, and thank you for joining us today on The Huddle, and we'll see you next time.